You will see in the Vedic literature, there are two types of extreme statements you will find. There is one verse which says, Tadashmasaram hridayam vatedam na grihyamanair harinamadheye na vikriyetata yada vikaro netre jalam gatra ruheshu harshaha. The meaning of this verse is, that heart which does not melt upon hearing of the holy name and with the tears springing from the eyes and hair standing on end, such a heart is called as a steel-framed heart. Like that, there is a verse which says this. And the purport Prabhupada writes, such a heart is an offensive heart. Due to the blasphemy, the heart has become hardened, and therefore one is not able to utter the holy name very joyfully and innocently and without any kind of motivation or malice. One is not able to call out the holy name. Then there are other verses in the same Srimad Bhagavatam. Sanketyam parihasam va stovam helanameva va vaikuntanama grahanam ashesha agaharam viduhu yatagadam viryatamam upayuktam yadrichaya ajanatopyatma gunam kuruvan mantra udahritah. These two verses say that even if one indirectly chants the holy name, one is jokingly chanting the holy name, one is chanting the holy name for musical entertainment, or if one is chanting the holy name derisively, or like Jarasandha and Kamsa, they call sometimes Krishna's names derisively, out of enmity. But in whatever way the holy name is called, Vaikunta Nama Grahanam, when the holy name is uttered, Ashesha Agaharam Viduhu, it has the ability to nullify the sinful reactions. There is one more verse also says, it says, Eka Krishna Nama Sabapapakshaya, like that, there's one verse which says that by uttering one name, it is able to eradicate huge quantity of sins, it says like that. Huh? No, that is another verse. This is another one because that doesn't say about one name. Yak Krishna Namlai Sarva Papakshaya, it says. So when you take one name, it can. So, of course, that one name is not an ordinary name, it's an inoffensive name. It has to be uttered without any offenses. Similarly, the Yathagadam Viritamam verse says that a child may eat the medicine. It may be blue color, green color, yellow color, but the child doesn't know what is the name of the medicine. And what is the medicine being given for? He doesn't know. He just puts it in the mouth and it has an effect. Whoever eats it, the child eats it or adult with knowledge eats it. With knowledge or lack of knowledge doesn't matter. That's why hippies didn't know who Krishna was, who Rama was, but they chanted the holy name and they got the benefit. So this is another extreme. So one extreme verse says that if you chant and you don't get tears in your eyes, you are offensive. Another verse says, even if you just like that chant, even without knowing the meaning of the name or to whom you are addressing, what are the qualities of the person, pastimes of the person, they didn't know anything, but they chanted the holy name. That can have benefit. So why Shastras show these extremes? They want us to, if somebody casually takes the holy name, then they are told this verse. So don't be offensive, because if you are going to be inattentive and offensive and careless while chanting the holy name, the results will come, but it will take a long time. On the other hand, these verses are meant for encouraging those devotees with very high attitude and very sincere chanting and with a focus, and they are already doing. So they are given sometimes one self-punishing. So then these verses say that the holy name doesn't act hard on those with right attitude. So that is said. So therefore, you will find the scriptures highlight this point that the path of devotion service, simplicity, purity, humility, and ability to seek shelter of the Lord. These are much bigger qualifications than the other qualifications which jnanis or yogis may have. So, to the degree devotee has the ability to seek shelter and depend on the Lord, that degree Lord feels the need to offer protection. It is directly proportional. It is just like you ask any parents, if a child is crying and calling out the mother or running towards the parents, they feel a greater need to run towards the child and pick up the child and pay attention and give some solace to the child. Don't worry, we are here. On the other hand, a grown-up boy, he is on his own, and if he is told to call, he may call, Mama, Papa, I am depending on you. It doesn't look like depending because he is self-sufficient. So then they also don't feel the need to offer shelter or protection, like the Prabhupada says. So, the ability to desperately take shelter of the Lord comes when one understands one's insignificance. That is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told the famous verse, Srinadapi Shunichena, Karorapi Sashna, Amanina, Manadena. These 4 qualities are magical qualities which makes the jiva recognize his true position, in which one is able to call out the holy name of the Lord in a certain quality by which one attracts the attention of the Lord. So on one hand, one should not go into a self-punishing mode where one loses hope, where one becomes depressed and one quits the process and goes away because this process is very difficult and I am not pure and the old vasanas are very dominant and powerful. I don't see any ray of hope for me to be delivered. One shouldn't think can go away like this. Nor one should think high of one's devotional service, that I have done so many years of devotional service and I am very advanced in my austerities, I am very advanced in my varieties of services I have rendered, I have distributed so many books, I have brought so many people, and I have done so many years of service. So when one becomes infatuated with false pride, then that also becomes like one pinch of poison in milk. So one shouldn't go to this extreme, one shouldn't go to that extreme, one should keep oneself in between. Which means the chanting of the holy name is a daily process. It has to be done day after day, month after month, year after year, with the intention to please Lord Krishna, with the intention to purify our heart, with the intention to make one more step in improvement in terms of hearing the holy name. The way I chanted yesterday and the way I chant today, I should make an effort to improve a bit. His Holiness Satyananda Maharaj says, become a Japa scientist, he says. Japa scientist means you observe your Japa, someday it is good, someday it is bad. Make an effort to improve and make yourself fully available to the Lord during the chanting of the holy name by putting aside all other priorities and considerations to be done during the day. In this way, a devotee should peacefully and steadily chant the holy name. Naman janantasya hatatrapa pathan guhyani badrani kritani chasvaran gam pariyathan tushtamana gataspraha kalam patikshan vimudo vimatsaraha. This verse clearly gives the right attitude. That Dasiputra boy, he went village to village. Gam pariyatan tushtamana means he was always satisfied by whatever material arrangements Lord made for him. Someday great prasad, someday simple prasad. Someday good sleep at night, someday not so good sleep at night. Someday things went the way you wanted, some days nothing happened the way you wanted. But tushtamana, he was always satisfied. And Gam pariyatan tushtamana gataspraha, he abandoned all his own personal likes and dislikes. He never said, I like this, I didn't. No, whatever Lord wants me to do, I will do. Gataspraha. Kalam pratikshan, he was awaiting. Vimado, he was not proud of his achievements. Vimatsaraha, he was not envious of any other living entity. See each of these qualities. Non-envious, not proud. He was ready to throw away his likes and dislikes, personal considerations, only Krishna's and Guru's consideration. He threw it, and also always satisfied. He was completely satisfied. And he was also moving village to village to village, visiting holy temples, taking dip in holy rivers, bowing down to the chakra in the top of the gopurams, and then seeking the Lord, searching the Lord, longing for the Lord, remembering the Lord, glorifying the passing. Namani anantasya, ananta means Supreme Lord. Namant anantasya hatatrapa pathan. He gave up his upadhis also. That I am fair, I am black, I am handsome, I am ugly, I am educated, I am illiterate. He gave up all the hatatrapa pathan. He completely gave up all his material designations. Guhyani, bhadrani, kritani cha smaran. Those kritani, the activities of the Lord are pastimes, which are guhyani, means confidential. Bhadrani, auspicious. So the auspicious and confidential pastimes, what are the confidential pastimes? The Vrindavan pastimes, especially childhood pastimes. Lord becoming a child or a friend or a lover. These are guhyani. So guhyani, bhadrani, kritani cha smaran. Remembering Lord's nature and His behavior and character and everything in this way, and that means he forgot the material identification, he remembered his spiritual identity. And then remembering the Lord, things in relation to the Lord, with a completely satisfied heart, with no envy for any living entities, not considering his own likes and dislikes, and without becoming proud. Kalam prediction means, he didn't tell the Lord, I want Shuddha Bhakti today. He didn't say that. Whenever, my dear Lord, you are pleased with me, you can award me. Let it take 1,000,000 lifetimes, or if you wish to give me love of God right now, I can accept. But I will remain your loyal servant. That is Kalam Pradikshan. See, this verse is full of good qualities. Any devotee who wants to learn the right attitude, I call this as an attitude verse. All full of right attitudes are all packed up in one sloka of the Narada boy. And therefore, in the next life, he went on to become Narada, the great Narada. So, Narada is one of the greatest acharyas in our line. He is teaching us by his good qualities. And all these are mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam. So, we should work on cultivating the right attitudes, right moods, right behavior, right speech. In this way, we can be confident that even if I don't achieve anything big while living, when we leave the body, we will be taken to your destination where we are going to get better and better. We are becoming a better and better version of ourselves. So that itself can give confidence to a practicing devotee. And that is the power of the chanting of the holy name. And the holy name will do its work slowly, steadily, silently. And our desires, our tastes, our likes, all these things will change as with the passing years. Harinam Prabhu ki. Let's offer our humble obeisances unto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord, who are just like desert trees, ocean of mercy, full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitaram pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha ananta koti vaishnava vrindaki vaishnava thakur Srila Prabhupada ki Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki